So Christmas at Silver Dollar City on the train was nuts. But we still managed it. Nuts. Yeah, not that kind of nuts. So Christmas at Silver Dollar City is an insanely busy time. Busiest time of the year by far. And working on the train was definitely crazy. You can see this is a Friday night, right at the beginning of the season. You see how crowded it is already, and the line going down the hill. How was that line? Well, here, let me show you. Okay, so you can see that line painted on the cement. That is for the Christmas train, the sing-along steam train, and that is actually the line for it tonight. This is a Friday night. Okay, so that looks incredibly huge. It's actually not that bad. But I'm going to walk up and show you this whole line. No, it's not that bad. I know the line looks terrible, but truthfully. So let's see if we can come up here. And you can see, yes, a little crowded. Welcome to Christmas at Silver Dollar City. So now up here is where the line actually makes it to the station. And then you get up here, and this is where you get the switchbacks for the rest of the line. And that would be us. So what you may not realize, though, is we could feed that line. That one right there would take about 15 minutes. We would have the line all the way down at the bottom of the hill, and we could actually kick it through in less than 30 minutes. Because we would have 2 trains running. We'd send a train out about every 7 minutes or so. Full train, 250 people. You had a full station. Then you have this whole switchback here, plus down to about where that line is now. And then we could add on more. And we'd go every few minutes. That's a burr. In the nose. But we would have this whole thing down to a science, though. So you can see at the end of this line, you see another guy walking up here that you'd have one conductor kind of monitoring the line, letting people feed in. There's another one actually up in the depot itself who does the loading spiel. And then you have another one that runs over at the exit right over there, helping take care of disability, access, things like that. And so 3 conductors up here running this, 1 conductor sitting on each train. And that train pulls in. We actually had a timer. The conductor at the back would hop off with everybody else, walk over to our break room, crank this timer, 7 minutes, that's our goal. Get everybody off the train. The conductor that's at the front of this depot would have pre-spieled the safety spiel. So as soon as everybody's off the platform, open the gates, immediately load it, get them on, very quickly count empty spots, fill them in, close the gates, we're ready to roll. Yep, at that point we're ready to leave. By the way, that is the troublemaker. Now, of course, the train at Christmas is a little different. It is not the robbery. It is the grandpa telling the Christmas story. We called it the Frisco Sing-Along Steam Train because you play Christmas music, cheesy versions mostly, and try to encourage people to sing along with it. So a different spiel that we would have to learn, different props, there's lights and stuff out there, and well, you know, maybe I'll take you along and just kind of let you see what the chaos is like. Merry Christmas, y'all.
See them here in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Over there on the left-hand side is Bears at the Holler. Make sure you stop over at Bears at the Holler to get yourself a little bear for under the tree. That's holiday season. All right, y'all. Now this is a sing-along train. I do mean sing-along. So when I stop playing the music, go ahead and join right on in. Let's get started with a holly jolly Christmas.
And you can see Christmas in Midtown right there.
Holly jolly Christmas.
All right, y'all. Now, because we do have two trains on the tracks here, we do need to make a quick temporary stop to acknowledge where the other train is, better yet known as a two-train acknowledgement. That train's actually coming into position right now, so I'm going to hold off on the music for just a minute here, and then once we get our two-train acknowledgement confirmed, we'll go ahead and start the music back up in a moment. So for right now, I need y'all to remain seated for me. We will be moving again here shortly. Thank you.
So this is how the trains do blocking, kind of like on roller coasters, to make sure they're on the same section of track. So you'll hear the other train again signal here in just a second, then you hear our train signal with the whistle, and then we'll roll. Although they may be doing that on the radios now. There's our signal, and we're clear.
Thank you, baby.
All right, folks, and just like that, we're off and going again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we do have 6.5 million lights here on the park, and that really does make the place look a whole lot like Christmas. Wouldn't y'all agree with that? Oh, I would as well. But you know what, folks? I think that means something a little different here in my books. Yeah, I really like to think that means Santa Claus is coming to town.
You gotta stay. You can't get.
You better watch out. You better not cry. But y'all want to know something, folks? My grandpa was a good man, and he had a very important rule for us. A simple rule, for that matter. Now, he always sit me down in front of him. He'd say, "Now, John, don't you forget, you can't open up any of those Christmas presents there until I tell you the true story of Christmas." Now, folks, he would tell me that story every single year. And, well, quite frankly, I enjoy listening to that story every single year so much that sometimes, when I close my eyes, I can almost hear my grandpa say,
Merry Christmas, kids. All right, I got the back half of the train. Will you try that again? Merry Christmas,
"Come on,
kids.
everyone. Merry Christmas!"
I'm so glad you made it. Grandma and I have been expecting you. She's been up here in the cabin all day making turkey and dressing and pumpkin pie and cookies and all kinds of good things to eat. I was up there earlier helping her, but I started to get out of it. Yeah, I started stitching nibbles and everything because it tasted so good. She finally got just a little bit tired of me getting in her way. She would be out the front door and say, "Grandpa, you know the guests are due soon. You go out there on the front porch, you wait out there and make them welcome when they come." So I'm out here now. Oh, I love this time of year. Families are coming home and everyone you meet just seems friendlier and happier. And that's the way Christmas should be. At least that's the way I see it. You know, a long time ago there was a man who taught us to have that kind of spirit all the time. He was a special man. He lived a special life and he died a special death. Many wondrous things happened to that man, but I think one of the most wondrous was his birth. Let me tell you the story of the night that he was born. Well, it is getting late. I need to get the firewood into Grandma before the fire goes out so she can finish cooking our dinner. I'm just glad you could come back and see us this year. I hope everyone can. Merry Christmas, folks.
Merry Christmas.
All right, folks, now, like I did mention earlier, we do have two trains on the tracks here. So we're going to make one more temporary stop here to acknowledge where the other train is on the tracks. I need y'all to remain seated for me while we do this two-train acknowledgement. We will be moving again here shortly. Thank you. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we are off and going again here. We'll continue on with our Christmas carols with Here Comes Santa Claus. Now, sometimes at depot, I need y'all to remain seated. The engineers will set the brakes here. We have a tendency to jerk and roll back a little bit. That's all perfectly normal. I'll let you know when it's safe to get off. But we're not where we need to be yet, so everyone, please remain seated and please wait.
So while I worked the line some, and I did pre-spieling some, for the most part at Christmas time, my job was actually on the train. I was called the on conductor because I was on the train all the time. The off conductor was the one here at the station. During the regular season, we would rotate, switch back and forth. But Christmas, you were on all the time. So basically it meant loading the train up, watching that timer like I talked about, and then hopping off, or once the train was ready to go, calling out all aboard, getting on, and spieling. Christmas, of course, we had music, same songs as today. In fact, exact same soundtrack. The hard part is the script for Christmas is a little bit more scripted than the rest of the year. So you're trying to make these transitions between songs sound natural. And it was a little tough because it was a little cheesy. But we did our best. You can hear John's trying his best to make it sound natural. It's a little harder at Christmas. So you add in the enthusiasm to sing the Christmas songs to hopefully get people singing. And then during the show itself, the whole long entry into it, you really try to personalize and make it yours. But again, that could be a little tough. And then you'd sit during the show. So we didn't really get breaks at Christmas. If we needed to run to the restroom, we could, have an off conductor jump on, cover us while we go to the restroom and get stuff. But we basically sat on that back of the train. We would bring our lunch or dinner into a little ice chest or a lunch bag or something. It'd stay on the back with us. And during Grandpa's deal, that was meal time, because we'd have about 6-7 minutes out there. So you'd eat during the show. As you pull out, you do that little narration, and then there was a solid 3 songs that just went nonstop. And so you finish eating during that. That was kind of when we got our meals. If you really had to go to the bathroom, you could, if you were able to do it quickly during the show. You let the engineer know, and then you would step off, and there was a place that we were able to go. But yeah, you were basically there. And then back up to the depot, unload everybody, start it all over again. So you kind of got used to that. Most nights, like tonight, is beautiful. It's gorgeous. It was fine. It was great. The cold nights were terrible. And there were times it got so cold. We had one time that we were down right around 10, 11 degrees. I remember they actually gave me a fresh cup of hot chocolate, steaming hot, afraid to burn myself with it, up at the depot. Right as we're pulling out, here's the hot chocolate, there you go, set it down. By the time we got to the show, which is 5 minutes, I think, about that, by the time we got to the show, not only had it cooled off, it was slush. Yeah, that was cold night. So we had some of those. But it was a good time. It was busy. It was crazy. Right now it's a little quieter because they just did the tree lighting. So everybody's up watching that. But long nights at Christmas. They'll be here for a long time. So there's a little look at behind the scenes Christmas and what it was like to be on the train. So there's a look at the train at Christmas time and some of what we did and how we did it. Hope you enjoyed this look. Let me know if you got more questions. Share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. Thank you so incredibly much for watching. Thank you to my daughter for making it very special. Thank you to my supporters too, because I couldn't do stuff like this without them. Be sure to check the description below. Thank you so much for watching. God bless. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts, your comments, your suggestions, your ideas. Be sure to share them in the comments below, or you can contact me. There's information in the description that has my email address, fan pages, information about merchandise, and so much more. So be sure to check that out. Don't forget to hit that like button, share the video, and if you haven't already, hit the button right up there to subscribe. And in fact, if you did enjoy this, I've even got another video for you right here. And also about these wonderful people here, those are my YouTube members and my patrons, the ones whose financial support makes this possible. I couldn't do it without them. If you want to know more about that and the perks that come with it, well, be sure to check the description. There's a link right down there. Thank you so incredibly much. God bless.